So I did a video a while back on my favorite cheap lighted Nocks, and I talked about Ultra arrows, and the one complaint I have about them is you couldn't get a lighted Nock in here. Well, today, luckily, I busted one of these shooting my Mach 33. So we're going to, since we have a busted shaft here that is no longer useful, we're going to see if we can get lighted Nocks to fit in these and see what it takes and see how they shoot, see how they look, if we have any issues getting lighted Nocks to work in these. So stick around, like, subscribe, follow on Instagram, check out the eBay store. I've got a lot of cool stuff on there for hunters. I think innovative ideas that will help you. Check them out. Check out bowcrew.com. Use RRWoods20, save yourself 20%, and it helps the channel out as well. On our way to 5,000 subscribers. When we get there, we're doing some cool giveaways, so you definitely want to subscribe, stick around, so you'll be here for that. Appreciate it. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to get this outsert out of it. This is our half out. This is a Podium Archery half out and a Podium Archery tip. I don't want to lose this, so that's why I use the blue glue. So if this happens, I don't lose this because it's super glued in. I can actually heat this up, pull this out, and have it for another arrow build. All right, so we'll heat this tip up a little bit. Shouldn't take much to get the glue. If you remember, the tolerance on these is extremely tight. All right, so we've got our tip out. We can reuse that on a different arrow. And this one should be all clear of the glue. So we can put a Nock in there. All right, so first thing, I'm actually going to use these Nocturnal Micro. I believe they're G-Nocks, but they're the Micro Nocturnals. My other bow is not set up to shoot these. It actually shoots the cheap Nocks. So if I get a couple of these to work, I don't lose any Nocks for my actual working ones. But if you look at these in the shaft there, well, that's as far as you can get them to go in without risking breaking this and then it's being stuck in there and your shaft being ruined. So you can see you just get a little bit in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sand just a little bit on this back side. It seems like they get a little thicker towards the actual Nock. So if I can knock that down just a little bit, and we'll do it a little bit at a time. Yeah, that made a big difference. I mean, I can force that on in and it fit perfect. So that's good. Let's see if we actually took any grains off or anything inconsistent with that. So this is the sand-papered one that I just took a little bit off. It's coming in at 14.6. This one hasn't been touched or sandpapered. It's 14.4. So this one's actually, the sandpapered one's actually coming in a little bit higher. Now it's saying 14.4. And the regular one's saying 14.4. So no change, if anything. So what we're going to do, I'm going to sand this other one that has not been sanded yet. And I'm just kind of rolling it on here, lightly knocking it off with, this is 220 sandpaper. I'm not getting aggressive. I'm not changing the shape of it or anything. I'm literally just taking this thicker part towards the actual back of the Nock and getting it where it's a little bit better. A little bit thinner anyway. All right, so like I said, my Ultra arrows, the Nocks were the biggest complaint that I've got. Really the only complaint that I've got. So these have been sanded a little bit. There you have it. Nice fit, snug. Looks about perfect. I can still turn them a little bit if I need to line them up a certain way. So those are out. And those are in, both of them. All right, that was not hard at all. That was pretty easy. Just took a little bit of sandpaper. Let's see if it's we can at least shoot them a little bit, if it's light enough to shoot them a little bit. All right, so we're gonna check these lighted Nocks. These are Nocturnals, and one thing I noticed is the Nock itself is a little thicker than the stock Ultra Nocks. The actual Nocks very thin on them. It's kind of hard for this to focus on there, but very thin on them compared to like a lighted Nock. It's a little thicker, so I do think I'm going to get some Nock pinch. I'm a little worried about that. Got a little bit of play. They still don't come off of the string real well. The serving on these seems real thick. Like, so I mean, just pulling on it, it doesn't want to break off. So I think that's going to affect some accuracy until I get this reserved. The serving seems extra thick, and I don't know, maybe a different Nock would shoot a little smoother on there. But we're going to shoot 3 non-lighted Nocks. And then I got a couple lighted Nocks. All right, so this is 39 yards. And these are going to weigh different, so they're probably going to hit a little different too, but it's all part of the experiment to see how they work. 39 yards, this is non-lighted Nock. All right, now lighted Nocks, 39 yards. Pretty good shot. The wind picked up too right when I let her go. Whew, those two are touching. All right, so one thing I was worried about was would they hit lower because they weigh more. 40 yards, they're all four right here. I got one little flyer over here. I don't even know which shot it was, but these two are practically identical, and these two slightly higher ones by, I mean, these two are about the same. This one's just slightly higher. Probably human error, but I mean, no stabilizers on the bow, 40 yards, just letting them rip. Probably my 50th shot through that bow, so I'll take that. Minus this little joker right here. I'll take that. And lighted Nocks shot good. I was actually a little worried about how they group with that little thicker Nock. They seem to be grouping just fine, so I'm pretty impressed with that. I hope to shoot a deer with them this weekend. So these Altra arrows, 246 I believe, limited arrows with these slightly sanded Nocks. Again, these are nocturnal, no, they're Luminox, Luminox G Nocks. I think nocturnal, I like nocturnal Nocks, but they don't make a G Nock or a small Nock like Nocturnal does. So I use nocturnals when I actually want to spend a bunch of money. I've only got 5 arrows total. I have a 6-pack. I already blew one up on the first day of shooting this Mach 33. And man, lighted Nocks worked fine in these. I was a little worried because of how thick they were, that they weren't gonna go in and how they would do, and they might pull out after sanding them, and the weight. Let's check the weight on the difference between the two. All right, so with a lighted Nock, they're coming in at 533. With the stock Nock, they're coming in at 525. I actually thought it'd be a lot more difference than that. 525. Let me grab the other one just to say. The other lighted Nock is coming in at 533. So 6 grain difference, not much. So I do like that. It makes me feel a little better. All right, so far I've been impressed with these Altra arrows. I hate that you got to sand a Nock to make them fit, but it is a tight fit. it wasn't 30 seconds of sanding. If you use those cheaper Nocks like I like to use on my other arrows, you're sanding a $3 Nock versus a $12, $15 Nock. So there's something to that as well. Check out Altra arrows. Check out throw a lighted Nock in there. Don't worry about that. Check out the Mach 33 from PSE if you hadn't already. Check out my eBay store and buy something on there. It's the best way to help, and we got a lot of cool stuff coming up. Subscribe. We're on our way to 5,000 subscribers. We got some cool giveaways at 5,000 subscribers, which will be here before you know it. Appreciate it.